Utility rates are set to rise in the city. Winnipeggers have been warned to expect a higher than average sewer rate increase. The costs are said to stem from Winnipeg's most expensive project, the North End Water Pollution Control Centre. And joining us now to share more about this and other topics impacting our city, I'm joined by Winnipeg Mayor Scott Gillingham. Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for joining us. Now, these sewer rates, we don't know how much they're going to go up, but we do know they will be going up quite a bit. What do we know so far? What can you share with us?
Well, there will be a report that comes out in the coming weeks that will outline sewer rates and the projection of sewer rates. And you're right, they're going to go up. And it's, as you said, it's to pay for the North End treatment plant, which has to be built. And it's the largest, most complicated, most expensive project in Winnipeg's history. But I can assure you, my focus is on affordability. And so I will do all I can, and I believe council will do all we can to maintain affordability for Winnipeggers, even despite the fact that rates will have to go up.
So this report is coming soon, and that's when we should have more information?
Yes, this report should be out in the coming weeks with all the details related to sewer rates. But like I said, our focus right now is to get the North End plant built, but to do so in a way that maintains affordability for Winnipeggers. That's very important to me.
Okay, we know that the Winnipeg Police Service needs a new chief, a police chief. We've heard for months now that one was going to be selected soon, and then there were some stalls. What do we know at this point? Has someone been selected, and will we find out soon?
Well, we're getting closer, and certainly when the police board is ready, the police board will make the announcement. But I can tell you, and I've had the chance to speak with you before about this, my focus in having a new police chief as mayor is making sure there's someone who's focused on getting the crime rates down in Winnipeg. There's too much crime in our city consistently. We need a safer city. We have put more money into the budget this year to add more police officers, and in part because our city has grown by 71,000 people in the last 3 years. The call volumes for police calls are up, so we need to do all we can to have a safer city. We've made an investment in more police officers and more resources for police down when the new chief comes on board. I'm really looking for that individual to really focus on driving the crime rates down.
So we could find out soon?
I'm hoping soon. Yeah,
okay.
Like I said, when the police board is ready, Councillor Marcus Chambers, as chair of the board, will make an announcement.
Okay, let's talk about these tariffs, because Donald Trump is saying March the 4th, they will go into effect. We know that every Canadian business will be impacted in some way. What is the impact expected to be here on the city of Winnipeg?
Well, for sure there'll be an impact within Winnipeg as well. And my concern is we want to make sure we're protecting jobs and paychecks in Winnipeg. The tariffs and counter tariffs would absolutely impact Winnipeg's economy, and that's very concerning. And so we are working as a council with our industry partners in aerospace and agriculture and advanced manufacturing to try to understand how they will be impacted. And we're also working with our own city departments to find out if there's any procurement changes that we're going to need to make, or finding new suppliers to reduce the costs of and mitigate the impacts of tariffs.
So deal more with the Canadian businesses for some of the business that you used to maybe contract out to others. That's
right. We've already asked our staff to look for alternate suppliers so that we can get supplies to the city of Winnipeg for our departments from Canadian producers.
Last weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you met with U.S. mayors in Arizona. You talked about this, obviously. What sort of response did they give you about these tariffs? What are their thoughts about all this?
I was invited to join the U.S. Conference of the Mayors as my role as the vice chair of the Big City Mayors Caucus in Canada. And in the United States, the mayors understand that tariffs will hurt them. Tariffs and counter tariffs will hurt cities and our local economies, because at the end of the day, it's the consumers that pay more. The tariffs are really a tax, and that cost gets passed on to the consumers. So that's also the case in cities. So if the price of buses goes up, because it will, if the price of lumber goes up because of tariffs in the United States, then, and steel and aluminum, then the construction of all our infrastructure projects in our cities, getting more buses for our transit fleets, all of those costs will go up. And at the end of the day, that gets passed on to taxpayers and consumers. So U.S. mayors that I spoke to and Canadian mayors, we are fighting against tariffs. We're trying to make the case that tariffs will hurt everybody, and we're asking, U.S. mayors to leverage their relationships and connections with state representatives and federal representatives to push back against tariffs.
So you feel like it was a positive experience when you went there?
Well, I had a very, very warm reception. I also had many mayors say, we respect Canada We respect Canada's sovereignty. We do not want you to become a 51st state. So we really did get a very warm reception, and I felt that there was good collaboration between Canadian mayors and U.S. mayors.
Okay, we got to talk about our foe in the springtime, which is, of course, the pothole. We're already seeing those potholes. Tell us a little bit about what's happening with those and how it's being addressed.
Well, it's the spring thaw, the freeze-thaw cycle that we know in as Winnipeggers really does a number on our roads. There is an online form people can fill out at the City of Winnipeg. Please do that as Winnipeg residents, so we know where the potholes are. But our staff will get out there and try to do all we can in this weather to fill the potholes. I will tell you as well, this year our roads budget is going up. We're going to be repairing more roads, fixing more roads in Winnipeg in 2025.
Mr. Mayor, thank you again.
Thank you.